Well, hello, my beautiful Librans. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for July 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your monthly reading for July. Firstly, I'd like to apologize for the delay in getting this reading to you, but unfortunately I had a bit of an allergic reaction. You can probably still hear it in my voice. Everything went a bit weird and it took me completely out of action. Even my hands swelled up a little bit, so it was all very worrying, but it's all fine. So I'm just nearly back to best, but well enough to do a monthly reading. So thank you so much for your patience, and let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of at this time? Well, I can't believe that we are in July already. The year really is flying by so quick. But on a personal level, as we have just entered, of course, Cancerian season, July is the month where you'll be more focused on self-care, your nearest and dearest, as well as the place that you consider home. Now, you'll feel like creating a peaceful, supportive environment, letting those that you care about know how much you love them, and opening yourself up to their love and appreciation too, without sacrificing your own needs for others. Expect a yearning to nest or even do some DIY, reorganize or declutter in some way. It doesn't have to be in your home space, it can be in life in general. Maybe it's reshuffling your thoughts in some way as well. Also, you'll feel like reaffirming important relationships to you and spending good quality time with those who mean the most and prioritizing the simple pleasures in life, as well as reconnecting to what brings you joy and fulfillment. Now, you may feel compelled to take a vacation during this time. If not, you may actually be booking one if you're not taking one. But also, you're going to be adding more fun things to do, as well as go on solo and self-care endeavors to reunite basically with your higher self. And I can see there that you have the first card, which is the High Priestess. So you're definitely connecting to your higher self this month, developing spiritual gifts, but also receiving downloads, messages from your guides on the next steps of your path as well there. Now, I want you to be aware that, of course, this is, a nurturing, caregiving month so that you can focus on what you value the most. But on a deeper level, there are a lot of other shifts going on behind the scenes. Basically, the new moon on the 5th of July opens a powerful gateway to reconnecting to a part of yourself that you may have felt like you've lost touch with. A new awareness opens, giving birth to new ideas, new adventurous pathways, and your emotional compass guides you at a heightened pace this month as you rediscover what you're capable of, setting healthier boundaries and truly relating to the world around you in order to vocalize your needs and also have your needs met. It's a time of asking, how do you feel? What it is that you want, and setting intentions to create more stability and security in your life and also in your relationships. Now, Sirius, the most powerful and brightest star in the sky, encourages the next step of your path through a deep soul-searching quest to reestablish your independence and really get organized on healthier practices or routines. And plus, we have Jupiter, one of my favorite planets, planets of prosperity and expansion, passes over Aldebaran, okay? And that's often called the Eye of the Bull, which is considered the luckiest star, amplifying real opportunities for better luck and surprising positive outcomes. Now, as I always say, with every positive, there is an opposite. Let's not say negative. There is an opposite, and it's really interesting because every sign is pretty much getting the Queen of Swords. So Saturn, I'm about to talk about Saturn retrograde. Saturn retrograde is really cracking the whip this month to make everybody get super organized in their life. So I'm not surprised to see that Queen of Swords. And of course, it is a Libran card. So you're really putting your own needs first this month, not in a selfish way, in a way where you benefit you and others around you. But I was going to mention, of course, that we have Saturn retrograding until the 15th of November, which actually leads to second chances or opportunities to reevaluate, revisit, to improve areas of your life. Now, Saturn retrograde does have the potential to dampen our fun a little bit, as it really demands that you get more organized and making your life run more smoothly without overstretching yourself. But this particular retrograde, slowing everything down, can actually help you rather than hinder you, as it takes the pressure off slightly so that you can pause, prioritize what's important. And this month, you know, I do want to say that this could be frustrating. It amplifies delays, okay? So Saturn retrograde really teaches us and tests us. And, you know, the lesson is patience. So expect the unexpected in that department. We do have a second full moon in the sign of Capricorn, which is like a blue moon, okay? It's very rare, and it helps you to reassess your workload, release money blocks, which is really important. Ambition also returns as well as delays start to subside. So you can get busy accomplishing your goals. Now, on a global scale, we do have some very volatile energy to be mindful of. I mean, when do we ever not? But anyway, Mars conjuncts Uranus. Now, Mars is very fiery, very passionate, very volatile. And of course, Uranus is shocking, or it's rebellious. So this can lead to some major shakeups, reshuffles of leadership, people stepping down or being nudged, if you know what I mean, out of their positions, shocking events or news, as well as conflicts or confrontations. Very intense and unpredictable energy. Now, this conjunction, it can feel very revolutionary as well, like nothing will be the same after this moment. This could be a personal revelation, doesn't have to be something in terms of global events. It could be that you suddenly realize that you've been accepting less than you truly deserve, or that you've been coasting and you need to sort of be really honest with yourself and call yourself out on something. And it's almost like a rude awakening where suddenly you're like, you know what, I need to just get focused and get clear. So this is about drawing a line in the sand and saying enough is enough. So it can be a really eye-opening time, almost like that rude awakening that I was talking about. So Pluto is also very active over the last couple of months, and this continues to critically expose and bring things to light that have been hidden from the collective, dishing the dirt, especially on people in the public eye. I mean, who's shocked anymore? Nobody's really shocked anymore, but we should be shocked. I think that's the point of Mars and Uranus conjunction. So I feel it really will kind of dig its heels in this month and say, look, are we allowing this? So I have been mentioning this for quite some time, and it will continue. The latter period of July is all about extremes, so expect major and freak weather events. I hate to mention this, but here we are, like earthquakes or hurricanes that are actually stronger than usual for the season that we're in. This is going to be major, okay? I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but we may also see them in places that are not typical as well. And of course, it may also affect water levels too, as we are closing out Cancerian season and moving into Leo season. Now, the Mars-Uranus conjunction can also increase electrical storms, which can disrupt or cause power outages. I mean, these things are not new, okay? But the strength of these storms are a little bit more than usual, and you may feel it in the air as well. So watch out for like media platforms, apps going down, having glitches. You know, it will be temporary, so it's nothing to like go crazy about, but it's something to be mindful of. And remember, spiritually, you know, whenever we have a storm, you know, that's about clearing the air. It's like a new high frequency that is shattering the old, out with the old, in with the new. So it can be really positive. Now, also, as I said, the latter part of July is really to expect the unexpected, both on a shocking but also pleasantly surprising level. It's not all doom and gloom. And I do want to mention that I'm bringing back the competition to win a free personal reading from me. Due to circumstances beyond my control, I have not been able to offer one in quite some time, but now that those certain issues have been resolved, I'm able to open it up again, and I'll talk more about that later. I just wanted to tell you about planetary alignments. Let's get straight to your reading, because of course there are some people out there who do not want to enter the competition and just want the reading, so hurry up already is the energy that I'm being given right now. So your first card there is the High Priestess, and this is about sitting with self, okay? This is really about ruminating and contemplating. Doesn't mean that you're not busy. I definitely get a sense here the pressure has been on, you've been pushed and pulled in many different directions. I mean, look at that, Seven of Swords. You know, for some of you, you feel like you're at breaking point, whether you're in a career, whether you're retired, and you're just trying to find yourself in a rhythm to connect to the meaning of life, to your life's purpose, to your belief system, whether you're a parent and you're just trying to juggle everything and it's hard and you just don't have a manual of how to do life, whether you're coming out of college and just like a brand new world and you're worried about job security, or even if you're in a job and you're worried about job security, the world feels like a lot right now. And I want you to be aware, you need to give yourself credit, no matter what you're going through, because everybody's going through something totally different. I feel it has been challenging, and you're doing a great job with the circumstances that you've got. And if nobody's told you today, I'm being nudged to give you that information, that you're doing an awesome job. You're actually like a warrior going through life and making life happen for you with the circumstances that you've got. So I feel like there is an energy of rumination there, really thinking deeply about who you are, the strength. I mean, look at that. You've got this warrior pose right there. You're ready for anything, okay? But I also feel like you're exhausted. You are kind of fed up with having to always be the strong one, always having to hold it all together. It's like, when is there respite? Is there going to be a point where you catch a break? I mean, you've got the Nine of Swords there. Look at that. I mean, excuse me, my voice is going to be going in and out, so I do apologize there because the allergic reaction really hit me in the throat and the hands randomly. But the Nine of Swords, you know, as I did mention, like storms, I feel like you may have felt that you've been under a lot of pressure recently, but because it's in the protagonist energy, I'm really getting this sense that you are the storm. You are the force to be reckoned with. Some of you may be making some major changes in your life right now, and you're just gathering up all of this energy to be able to make this decision or make this change. You know, this storm is gathering all the energy from the earth and the sky, and it's coming together. This is your protagonist energy. So this is how you are approaching the month of July, okay? This is not happening to you. This is something that you're bringing. So I really feel that, you know, you are a tower of power in the month of July, but also I can't ignore the fact that these two cards are very cautious, and the Seven of Swords is also sort of a very cautious card. So I feel for some of you, this is about you exerting your independence in your life, okay? On a deep-rooted level, I feel like you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings by saying, you know what, no, I don't want to do that, or no, I've had enough of that, or I don't like that anymore. Like, you always live your truth, but also you are a Libra, so, you know, you tend to be diplomatic and make sure you find a measured kind of response. But if anyone crosses you, of course, you've got access to that 0 to 100 kind of energy to say, enough. Okay, and you can cut anyone down if you need to. But I feel there's something here where you're like, you know what, maybe you don't want to accept this anymore, or maybe you don't want to do this anymore, or you're feeling a little bit stuck in expectation and you want to break free. So whatever that is for you right now, I feel like you're gathering the strength to say, I'm not doing this anymore. You're withdrawing. Now, for some of you, it could be in your working environment. You know, with that Seven of Swords, some of you could be like quiet quitting to go independent, or you could be thinking about putting your resume out there and finding new opportunities, and you don't want to really rock the boat at this stage because you haven't got a new opportunity. Or for some of you, you've got a new opportunity with that Knight of Pentacles, and now you have to have that really like difficult conversation to say, I'm leaving, okay? And I feel for some of you, I mean, you've got the High Priestess twice here, so I really get this sense that whatever it is that you've been struggling with, or whatever it is that you are sort of affecting change in some area of your life. You're ready for this, okay? You're so ready. But also, I mean, the High Priestess is an energy of opening the door to the subconscious mind, really sitting with thought, very thoughtful, soul-searching month for you. I mean, I have to say that your 10th house is actually influencing you at the beginning of this month. And that's all about ambition. It's about having the energy, the drive, the motivation to get projects done, finished, tasks, right on target. So I really feel this sort of energy of going, okay, I've got a lot to do in the month of July, even though some of you may be trying to get everything done to go on a vacation, or you may be saving for a vacation later on in the year. Whatever it is, I feel like this is a big month for you of change. And I feel for some of you, this is about you really asking big philosophical questions like how you're showing up for yourself. Sometimes, especially when we're going through some of the most difficult periods in our life, or we feel a lot of pressure, or we feel basically struggling with certain energies, we always kind of wish that there was someone who could just come along and say, you know what, it's all going to be okay. Well, that person is you. You are the hero or the heroine of your own story, and you are so capable of basically overcoming this difficult period if you feel like you've been struggling with something. And you're really going to be so proud of yourself in the month of July to see what you accomplish. So there may be something major that you have to face or adhere to in the month of July. But I feel everything that you've learned in the past has prepared you for this moment, okay? But also, I feel this is about knowing yourself on a deeper level of what you are capable of, okay? Now, this is really about you looking at what you learned yesterday that will inform today and reprogram tomorrow, as it were. It's almost like your life is in review, and you're seeing all the sacrifices that you made for the position that you're in right now. And I really get a sense here that you're rewriting your personal narrative. Okay, you're taking charge of your life and being in control of your life in some way as well. Now, of course, the High Priestess energy is about having faith. It's about tapping into that belief system, belief in self, belief in your guardians, your spirit guides. I feel there is this major energy. I mean, you can't get these cards and ignore the fact that change is afoot. But as you see with this particular High Priestess here, the storm is being kicked up by the High Priestess, okay, and is weathering the storm as well. So believe that if you are going through a very difficult time right now, firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there, but you've got this, and you are the powerful force of change in your life. So some of you could be cutting out, a bad habit or a toxic relationship, or leaving a situation that you feel, isn't connecting to your belief system, or basically, you have a lot of integrity, so therefore anybody around you who basically doesn't vibe at the same frequency, they're gone. I really feel a major shift there for you. Now, Seven of Swords, as you can see, a lot of you are actually seeing through the masks that people wear, or almost like the world unveiling itself right now. And I feel like you are acutely aware and kind of like wondering where things are going, the next steps, because the Two of Wands is present for your card, and this is a card that indicates the world is weighing heavy on your mind right now. Whenever we have a card that has the world featuring in it, I feel like you are someone who is keeping a critical eye on what's going on in the world and how it affects you and your family. Of course, everybody's doing that right now, and it is showing up in most readings. But I feel like you're looking at the injustice of it all, but you're also seeing the crumbling. I feel like you've had a major awakening, maybe a couple of years ago, maybe only a couple of months ago. Whatever your path, because everybody's different, not everybody is awakening to certain things. So you're going to be on a different path than other people. And of course on other Librans as well. But I really feel like you're just looking at things crumbling away. Old belief systems. I also see that you are calling yourself out this month of trying to break bad habits. For example, because you've got the Two of Wands there and the High Priestess, you're looking at moments of pause in your life and what you do with that pause. So it can be that sometimes you're deeply reflecting on who you are, what you want, trying to reconnect to a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. Partly, some of you may be like scrolling on social media, and other times you may be like concocting new ideas, planning, strategizing, and you may be looking at times when you feel like actually you need a rest, and are you getting good quality rest, or are you, busy busy planning the next day or busy scrolling on social media. You're looking at things like procrastination, which can also be positive because it gives you a moment for your brain to kind of just relax and go, okay, whatever, let's just spend some time here. But also, I feel like, spending time away from everything is something that perhaps is on your mind right now, because I feel like you've been going through a lot. I mean, the cards are telling me that you've been going through a lot and you need a break. You need a rest. So even if you can't afford to have a vacation or a holiday, or a rest right now, I feel like you are looking at good quality time where you can connect to a book or connect to silence. Because in silence, you can hear your heart whispering. It's louder when you have silence, but also you can listen to your guides. If some of you are feeling a bit lost right now, or you're feeling like you've been living life on autopilot, just doing, because life is so demanding right now. Life is really demanding more and more and more of people. And there is this undercurrent of feeling like we're never getting to the place that we want to get to, or it's never enough what we invest in it. There needs to be more. We need to make more of an effort. But I feel like you are slowing down the pace. And I feel, that Saturn retrograde is really going to help you this month to say, no, I am enough. I am a human being. I don't have to be a human doing. So I feel that you're readdressing your schedule in some way so you have more time for you to actually replenish your cup. I see a lot of you, and this is really interesting that you've got the Magician card in the resistance position, because when I came to your reading, I normally have an abundant supply of matches to light the candle, and I couldn't find one. So I was like, what's that all about? And then I went on a hunt for some matches. And then, of course, I found a couple, only a couple. For some reason, the matches that I normally have in one place are not there. But my guides were like, there's a message here. And it made me think, okay, what's the message? And it can be that, you're so exhausted right now that it's hard to reignite that spark, or it's hard to have that sparkle that perhaps you once had because you're just so busy doing life. And I feel that there is something here where you're kind of going, something needs to give. So you are reprioritizing what's important and really creating space for you. It's important this month. Now, that Seven of Swords, let me pull a card on it, because it can indicate that some of you are really thinking back to a time where someone did you wrong. Okay, now this could be a time where you're revisiting in order to see if you have any feelings about it anymore, to see if you're over it. This could be a person, a relationship. It's like the injustice of it all. You may be unpicking it at this time to really analyze it, but also to see, and I'm being given this really strong energy that whatever your belief system, because of course we've got two cards of belief here. It doesn't have to be about religion. It can be about your belief system. How you conduct your life. It's almost like the people or the situations that broke you apart. Your belief system now is putting you strongly back together, okay? And I really feel that you've gone through a period of mending, and now you are self-sufficient, you are independent, you are a very strong person. The Libra card of the Queen of Swords is someone who would rather deal with peace in the world and how you conduct yourself, but there's a sword right there. It's like you're capable of basically cutting anyone down. So I feel like you're really looking at where people, maybe in the past, or maybe someone recently has overstepped a mark, or has in some way taken your kindness for weakness, and you've shown them, actually, don't go there because I don't really want to go there, but if I have to, I'm prepared. So I really get this sense that you're looking at situations where someone did you wrong, because the Seven of Swords can, it can be this energy of betrayal. If someone has betrayed a confidence, for example, or maybe there's been an indiscretion, it doesn't always have to be that someone stabbed you in the back and it's awful. It can be that it's like, I told you that in confidence, and now you've just told it to your partner, and I get it. You discuss things with your partner, but now your partner's talking to me about it. And it's like, I didn't tell your partner, I told you. And now you've just betrayed me on a level where I think I cannot trust you there anymore. And again, that's what that energy is this month. It's like nothing will be the same after. So if you are dealing with someone who perhaps betrayed a confidence or let you down in some way. Now, this could be like a couple of years ago, but it may be resurfacing this month, so you can really process it and let it go, because the Death card is there, which is like, that's the end. Moving on, not looking back anymore, not going backwards, only going forwards. But also the Seven of Swords is a card of independence, marching to the beat of your own drum. So, for example, if you're a parent, okay, and you have adult children who really care about you, but they're always kind of like trying to micromanage you because they care so much. Sometimes attachments, no matter how good or negative they can be, they can still hurt. They can still kind of like, so you may be living your life and saying, you know what, I had a whole life before I met you or had you, you know, and it's like you're retired now, for example, and your children are still trying to say, oh, you shouldn't do that, or maybe you should do that. And you're like, you know what? I got this. I know what I'm doing. And you're exerting your independence without, of course, you know, hurting anyone's feelings, but at the same time being really direct. So it can manifest in different ways. It could also be if you've got a boss who is micromanaging you and you're like, you know what, I know what I'm doing. I have the skill set. You're actually very intelligent, very talented, very gifted, and you're like, enough is enough. But there may be this diplomatic conversation this month that says, okay, I see you. I understand that you're coming from a good place. However, I got this, so back off, okay? Just watch me thrive, and then if you've got any problems or any issues, then come at me. But, you know, I feel it's kind of like you're walking away from it. I mean, if you are in a career, a lot of you are kind of like walking away from something silently because it's not fulfilling, and maybe financially not fulfilling. You're finding more opportunities for money, okay? But also, some of you could be walking away from a relationship that you can no longer invest in because you feel it's not fulfilling or it's not investing in you. So I definitely see here that you're going where there is investment in your life, where you can really flourish, where you can almost like you are the seed. You know, you are going where you feel you would thrive or where you're happy and where you can grow spiritually as well as physically, mentally. So I really feel like you're looking at that big philosophical themes in your life right now, and that is because you have two major arcanas in the High Priestess energy, okay? Now, the Eight of Cups can also indicate that you're on a bit of a journey of discovery and you're just letting go of things right now that just you've either outgrown, matured away from, or you just feel that it's empty. Maybe sometimes it's really important to recognize, and this is coming up a lot in some of the readings, that friendships have changed a lot in the last couple of years, that people are misaligned or they now have very different beliefs or viewpoints because of circumstances that have occurred in the last couple of years. So it can be that suddenly you feel really isolated or alienated when once you felt part of something. And it can be really hard to have an awakening. It can be really hard to feel like you're on the outskirts kind of looking in. And, you know, this is a time where you are rediscovering a part of yourself, but also noticing what you're capable of, and also recognizing that you will find your soul tribe. You know, when things are taken away from us, whether they are opportunities, people, situations, whatever it is, it means the universe wants to point you in a different direction as a silver lining to, you know, basically meet better opportunities or more enriching friendships. So I feel like you're in a period of change, and it can feel like very turbulent, like you're in a washing machine of life saying, I don't know where I'm at right now. Now, of course, this is not going to resonate with everyone, okay? I just feel like some of you, with the cards that you've got, I have to honor the energy that's coming through. And a Nine of Swords, it is a tough energy to deal with. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there. Now, some of you may actually be leaving a neighborhood because it's too noisy. Maybe you can't sleep, or you've got a noisy neighbor, for example. For some of you, it could be that you are leaving a very traumatic experience behind because you've really looked at it, you've really dissected it. And whilst it basically holds no power over you anymore, it really shaped who you are. It formed how you are. You've had to be strong based on the experiences that you've had. So this is a really big month for you. I mean, the Nine of Swords also can be that right now you are looking at negative self-talk, you know, the inner critic. Do you tear yourself apart because sometimes you feel either that you're not enough, or sometimes that you feel like you should be further along on your path and you berate yourself, you know, or do you build yourself back up? Because this card, it can be that there is a rebuild, or it can be a tearing down. And the Nine of Swords, swords are all about the mind. So the fact that you've got the High Priestess here, these are very cerebral energies where you're in your thought processes, ruminating on, you know, how you can either tear down what's not necessary or rebuild what you should strengthen, shall we say. And of course, It all starts with thoughts. Thoughts become things. And because you've got the Magician card there, some of you could be looking at how sometimes, you know, you should be your best friend, but sometimes you're your worst critic. You know, I got to be honest, sometimes I am as well. Sometimes, you know, if I drop a cup, for example, by accident, then I'm like, oh, and I'm about to say something really negative about myself. And I've learned to correct myself and say, actually, no, it was just circumstance. It was an accident. It could happen to anybody. So we have to sort of course correct sometimes our thought processes. And I feel some of you are looking at that as well. Now, of course, some of you are worried about something. Nine of Swords can be anxiety, or you're actually looking at anxiety yourself. And I feel like, you know, with the Seven of Swords here, some of you may be worried about something. I mean, Knight of Pentacles is in the resistance position, so some of you could be worried about finances. But with the Ace of Pentacles, I see new money coming your way. For some of you, you're taking yourself out of a position to go and get new money, better money, in another opportunity. For some of you, I would say that there is a potential here for a promotion in the position that you're in right now, but it won't come till a little bit later on, is what I see. You may hear news about it, or you're like working towards it. It will be yours later on, but you may feel that there's a dangling carrot, like it's always like next month and next month and next month. There may be an appraisal here for you, and you will hear about it, but I feel it will be delayed. I got to be honest with you, okay? And do what you will with that information. It is coming your way, so don't feel it's not, but I feel there are certain factors that have to be deployed first before you can step into that role. For some of you, you're going to hear a lot about downsizing in a company, and it may cause a little bit anxiety or worry. Remember, whatever is meant for you will never pass you by. So if you've come to this reading and you've lost your job, or you've been out of work for a while, then know that there is an opportunity coming, okay? And you will hear about it in the month of July. And I feel like you'll start preparing for it in July. So you may actually step into that role in the end of July or into August, which is, I know, a very unusual time to step into a role, but I actually feel like something is coming towards you that needs your skill set. So if you're a little bit worried about the job market right now, I do see opportunities lining up, becoming available, because there is a lot of reshuffle going on at the moment. And for those of you, of course, who are not in a career, you may be worried about something, or something is really on your mind right now. And I feel with the Wheel of Fortune, things turn for the better for you. I feel like it's nothing to worry about, but it needs time. And we must kind of realize that sometimes, and you know, we're all human, so it's really hard to do, to say, don't worry about it. But you know, it's human nature to worry about something that we feel we don't know about, the unknown, for example. I feel here that you're kind of looking at ways to channel that excess energy rather than channel it into fear or anxiety. You're trying to, you know, really harness this energy into creative pursuits. So I feel like you're almost like redirecting your energy this month to be creative, or you know, harness that energy to take charge of your life in some way and do something for you. So very creative month for you. Also, some of you may feel that you haven't fulfilled your potential in some area of your life, so you may actually return to either a hobby or a way of working or a project, because your 10th house, it's all about ambition. So this is not whether you're in a career or not. This is about your motivation returning, that spark, that lust for life returning. So, you know, this is about you getting projects finished, your tasks done, anything that you've put on the sidelines saying, you know what, I'll do that tomorrow, or I'll do it next week, and it never happens, right? This is the period where you're going to get it done, you know, decluttering that closet, or starting up that business, or, you know, implementing a new idea, or even just rediscovering your neighborhood in a different way so that you can add more fun things to do in your life and have more connections in your life. So also, I feel, you know, if you are in business, this is a month where you will elevate and make your mark in the part of the world that you want to establish your reputation in. I do see that you have lots of great ideas and that you are going to be very successful. You're destined for the top. But I feel, you know, the month of July is a process, okay, to get to, you know, the next step of the ladder, as it were. And I feel whatever your targets are, whether you're in a career or not, you know, like paying your bills, being on time with your rent, paying off debt. You know, I feel like you're going to hit your targets because you're going to be super organized as well there. But also, I feel like you're tapping into the law of attraction. For some of you, you've been so busy and had a lot on your mind that you've had no time to really sit with self and really focus on manifestation. But this month is going to be different. You're going to find that time. And remember, your 4th house is going to influence you at the end of the month, and that's all about stability. You know, the home life. All things domestic, decluttering the home space, making, you know, a sanctuary, maybe setting up a business from home, second streams of income, maybe even like stuff that you've outgrown, putting it online for other people to love it, but also having a financial exchange there as well. But it's basically your responsibilities, and it's about asking, where do you belong? Do you belong in this group of people? Do you belong in this job? Do you belong in this neighborhood? Do you belong in this country? You know, it's really about you looking at where your heart feels like it belongs right now, and then making steps to activate whatever it is your heart is whispering to have in your life so that you can feel fulfilled. The Magician card indicates that actually you have everything you need, resources at your disposal this month to basically manifest whatever it is you're trying to manifest at this time. Also, some of you are wrestling with confidence, okay? But there is going to be a moment where you have a major breakthrough in the month of July where suddenly you just feel more powerful than you ever done before. And there's this energy of like, you know what, I got this. You've been through a lot and you've got this. So with the Knight of Pentacles here, I also feel like, because it is the resistance position, which is like you got it in the reverse, but it will go into the upright. This is you looking at things that are just not working in your life right now and saying, enough, I'm not putting up with it anymore. Whether it is you tempted to have a food substance that perhaps tastes really nice, but doesn't feel good long-term or isn't good for you, you may be downsizing it or getting rid of it. For some of you, it could be that you want to feng shui your home a little bit more. It doesn't have to be feng shui, but some of you may be like, you know what, I'm going to move that sofa over there, or I'm going to, you know, open all the windows and let this new breath of fresh air come into the place and just really revamp the energy that's in here. Whatever it is, I feel like you are making some changes that benefit you on a healthy level. Now also, the Knight of Pentacles also indicates that you are a very hard-working person. You're making life work, and through your dedication and stamina, there is stability. There will be more money. You're attracting more money. You're the sort of person who never leaves a job undone. And of course, if you're retired, some of you may be worried about pensions. You know, with the state of the economy right now, everything's fluctuating. You may be looking at, I mean, for some of you, not all of you, I want to be clear on this. There may be some of you out there who are thinking about re-entering the workforce in a way, but actually what I see, and this is, again, as I said, not all of you. If you're retired, some of you, I feel like you're tapping into your creative skills. When a person retires, of course, they don't just give up everything. They've still got projects going on. They've got, you know, so much more time to do all the things that you love doing, okay? So I feel that some of you are tapping into creative skills that you didn't have the time to nurture, or maybe even write a book, for example, with that Queen of Swords. And this could be you getting that second stream of income or more income to sort of line your you know, pension pot nest. So I feel you're finding creative ways to bring in more money, whether you're retired or not. So I want you to be aware of that. And of course, some of you are comfortably retired, and this is about you looking at where you want to go in the world, where you want to live in the world, who you're connecting to, you know, being on a spiritual path of your life purpose, really getting to know yourself on a deeper level, having the time to sit with self and say, this is who I am. This is what I went through. This is what I'm going through. What knowledge can I impart to other people? How can I conduct my life now to make the world a better place in some way? So I really feel this is a big month for you, and I think you're having one of the biggest sort of revelationary months of all the signs. Now, of course, Knight of Pentacles, anything you've been working hard towards accomplishing, your dedication and determination, it will pay off. You're going to start to see real world results, okay? More money, small increase, perhaps. If you're, you know, looking at benefits, for example, there may be a small benefit increase there too. Maybe even a small pension increase. I feel For some of you, there could be a little bit more money available, or you're going to be able to save a little bit more money because you are taking charge of your finances and creating a very strict budget there as well. Now, we've got the Death card, okay, and it's in the resistance position, but of course it will go into the upright. The Death card is all about change, but some of you have been feeling really stuck or stagnant, and you're trying to, as I said, gather all this strength, this energy, or reignite your spark to make the changes that you really want to happen in your life. Like, we all go through it from time to time. We all hit the Death card. We all hit the Magician card. We all go through every stage. And sometimes it's hard. You know, life, it tries to pull you down or it knocks you down, and sometimes it gets harder and harder to keep getting up again. But I see you getting up and saying, no, I'm not allowing this difficult situation to get the better of me. And I feel with that Queen of Swords there that you find peace. After a turbulent time, there is peace, there is control, there is a calmness. So I feel July, if you're going through something, you're coming out the other side unscathed. It's like you're untouched by the situation, even though it's almost like you're prepared for it, you were ready for it. Also, the Death card, it can be that you are basically shedding something that's old and familiar, perhaps a lesson that keeps coming back around. You know, when you suddenly have this thought of something in the past and you think, oh, I thought I was over that. Why am I thinking about that person? Why am I thinking about that situation? I don't want to think about that. What is my mind doing? Why am I back here again? So you may be actually just looking at it and realizing, especially with the Queen of Swords, there's no emotion attached to it now. And this means that you're over it. It means you can dissect it from a different viewpoint where you're like, it doesn't destroy me. It doesn't break me down anymore, especially if you've had something really turbulent or traumatic that really broke you in the past. It's like life and yourself has put yourself together, and also your belief system or your religion has kind of helped you put yourself back together and say, you know what? If I got over that, I can get over anything. So I really feel that you're looking at things that you've had to let go of and how you grew because of it, how strong you are. Now, of course, the Death card, it can indicate that change is afoot, big change. You're reigniting that spark, that sparkle even for life. I feel the two are different. It's almost like the spark is there to ignite your passions and how you want to live life on your own terms, but also the sparkle that comes with it, which is a period of stopping to smell the roses, to see the beauty in the everyday moment, which sometimes it's really hard to find, especially when you're on the treadmill of life and you're just doing, right? So I feel, you know, something big is ending for you right now, but you're in a very secure position. Okay, so even if you feel something that was big that you've had to let go of, that you didn't want to let go of, know that there is something greater being sent to you because you had the courage to let go. Now we have that Courage card there and the Wheel of Fortune. So your strength in your situation is basically bringing in better luck. I feel like there's a change afoot for you and it's really positive. Expect the unexpected at the end of July, but in a good way for you. So hearing good news, seeing that something that you're worried about, actually there was nothing to worry about in the end, things sort of, you know, are under control, let's put it that way. The Courage card is like that inner roar. And as I said, I felt from the very beginning of your reading that it's you that's bringing the roar to July, where you are a force to be reckoned with. You're breaking the chains to the past and you're moving forward, and nothing is going to stop you from getting better luck, opportunity, and you're turning your life around in some way and choosing healthier practices there as well. So good luck is on its way for you. I do feel there is a piece of news that you've been waiting for. It's been delayed for quite some time. You're going to receive that at the end of July. And I feel it almost opens you up to a brand new world. It's like, okay, what next? The blockage has been removed. So I feel there's an energy of gratitude coming from this. So you're like, I'm so grateful that things worked out this way. Now, what next? So with the High Priestess, I've already mentioned this. You know, basically, I feel you're withstanding something that has been difficult and you're untouchable. I feel like you're prepared for this, but also your belief system to get through this. You know, I basically see you being very secure in your position, whatever it is that you're going through. But also I feel you're going to notice that you're developing your spiritual gifts. I mean, on a more sort of like local level, let's put it this way, you may feel like kicking back and relaxing with a good documentary about the mysteries of the universe, submerging yourself in the unknown. You know, some of you with the High Priestess, you're withdrawing this month really to reflect on the next steps. I mean, you may be going off grid to do something independent, launch a business, becoming an entrepreneur. If you are an entrepreneur, it could be that you're outsourcing some of the extra work that you've had to do in order to basically free up some time for yourself. And we've got the Two of Wands there. The Two of Wands is a card of being ambitious, but also restless. So some of you are yearning for something, or you have an expectation for something, and your expectations will be met, okay? Two of Wands is an interesting energy because it basically means you're at the planning stage of something. You may be frustrated because you want to move forward, or you feel like you're not seeing the results, but the results and the rewards are coming, okay? And you will see it especially at the end of July. I would say third week of July for you. That's when things start to really take shape and are quite exciting. And for some of you, you're taking a break. You may be like tying up loose ends, getting everything organized, and making sure that, you know, you are in the right place to just take a moment to reflect. And sometimes when we take a vacation or even a quick trip, even if it's like a day off, right? Even if you're like not in a career, just taking a day off from like your projects or going out there exercising or walking in nature, sometimes just taking a day off and sitting with your thoughts, you know, it can really be beneficial. But if we sit alone with our thoughts too long, we can start to overanalyze or catastrophize things, and we can start to feel a level of caution or hesitancy that robs us of joy. So I feel like you're trying not to do that at this time, because the world, of course, is very turbulent place right now, and sometimes we can see, even though, I mean, who watches like media anymore, you know, news stories anymore? Not really many people, but still the information gets to us, and it's like avoiding clickbait, because, you know, seeing all these kind of like slogans like, oh my gosh, the end of the world, and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to read this, I need to prepare, and then, you know, your cortisol levels are going like super high. It's causing anxiety. It's making you feel like you're living here. I don't even know if you can see my hand, but it's like you're living here in your throat, where you can't breathe, and you're like, oh, it's just too much. So it's almost like cutting things out that cause anxiety, causing, you know, you to live a life here rather than from here, okay? Where you are listening to your gut instincts and saying, okay, I'm grounding myself here. You know, I'm listening to my heart, and I can breathe. I can actually just go, what is meant to be will be, and relax. And I really feel like you're going to have that level of peace happening for you as you close out July. Now, of course, the Queen of Swords is all about healthy boundaries, strong self-esteem, you know, making calculated and shrewd decisions that are beneficial to you, clearly communicating your needs, and being organized in your life, okay? So I really feel that you have clarity of purpose. You've set an intention. Whatever your plans are, you will activate those plans, and you will be successful and accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. I mean, the Queen of Swords, when it applies to money as well, it means that you are being very clever with your finances. You're making a little go a long way. You're building, using your knowledge on this. So some of you may actually like be investigating online how to amplify wealth, or how to increase their, I mean, your 4th house is all about stability, and your 10th house is ambition. So I feel merged together, your intention is to create a stable, peaceful environment for you and your family, the people that you really care about, and you're going to accomplish that, okay? So let's us continue with your final cards. We've got Purity, Ice, and we've got Connection, Biome. Okay, so again, there is another card about the world there. Some of you could be relocating. You could be deciding to move across country or across the world, and you're looking for an opportunity to do that, or, you know, you're searching for a property, or you're going through legal requirements to get that up and running. For some of you, you just need this pause, okay? Some of you may feel the pause has made you feel really stuck. It's almost like you've been on hold in some way, or maybe you feel like your motivation has been hibernating in some way, and now you're embracing your wildness. You're sort of setting yourself free, that anything is possible, and it can start with just going out and doing one thing for you, whether that's like looking at, you know, a museum, you know, an exhibition, saying, you know what, I really want to go to that exhibition. I'm just going to do it. Or you're like, I really want to learn how to horse ride, so I'm just going to do it. Or I really want to, you know, go swimming in the sea and be one with nature. Just going to go and do it. That's what I feel from your reading right now. It's like July is a month where you're promising yourself that you're going to come out of your shell in some way and connect to the world on a different level. So, of course, it's number 33. My guides are giving me synchronistic numbers for you. Okay, 33, of course, will be important. You've got 44, very important as well. These are double numbers. I'm also being given 1010 for you. And this is about you being guided in love, in money, and spiritual growth this month. Okay, you're going to see 1010 everywhere as well. Ask your guides. They're always there, but they do not intervene unless you ask them. Okay, so I feel sitting with yourself and asking your guides to give you a sign of what next or what you need to know right now. The answer will become clear. Listen in silence because it will come to you. Now, of course, this card, it is all about the way forward being clear for you, and that, you know, nature in its purity will comfort you and strip away what is unnecessary. And I really feel that's something you're going through right now. Freezing out what does not benefit you at this time. Doesn't mean that you won't return to it at some point if you feel you want to, but it's really about you prioritizing right now. And also, some of you are purifying your body, mind, and soul. Okay, and you're just asking, what is right for me right now? And also we've got biome, very, very important card there. It's like the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So everything is connected, okay? And I feel like you're going to see a lot of connectedness in your energy and in your world, you know, people knowing people that you know thinking of like a book that you really want to read and suddenly it's everywhere, or, you know, it falls off like a shelf in a bookstore and it's like, read me. And it could be also, you know, that you think of a name and suddenly they text you. You know, I really want you to be aware there is this oneness in the month of July because, of course, Cancerian season amplifies that. But this card, it's all about you sort of considering working more closely with your community or getting more involved in community events, or looking at your soul tribe, who you're connected to and who you've outgrown at this stage. But also, I feel like you're being reminded that the world is a big old place, and you know, your little patch of the world is very important. But also, I feel like you are feeling right now you want to get out and explore new things, new places, new faces, new adventures, because you've been feeling stuck in one place, and now is your time. So I will leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. Okay, we have a couple of trinkets. Oh, I'm loving this. Number one, you have the angel sphere, which really indicates that you're being guided this month. You're going to have a lot of messages from spirit. Now also, I feel for some of you, this is coming through, and this is not going to resonate with all of you, of course. Some of you are really like wrestling, having a bit of an inner battle right now, because you may have had someone transition close to you. Firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there right now. You're really connected to your belief system. This person's still around you. I want you to be aware of that. And I'm trying to see if they will give me a sign. Oh, okay, this is a really unique sign and very unusual, and I'm not sure how anyone's going to see this, but number one, I'm seeing a butterfly, but what I'm seeing is the wings, they look like four-leaf clovers. I don't even know if there's a butterfly out there that looks like that, so I'm going to have to look that up when I leave this reading, but it could be that butterflies are going to be lucky for you. Maybe it's symbolic. Maybe you have like an ornament where there's a butterfly and it's got four-leaf clovers on it, or maybe the wings are made out of four-leaf clovers. Really random, but I feel a luckier time, or you're being guided by this person in spirit to a luckier time. But I'm also getting the sense of freedom, and that, you know, all is well. There's a lot of love there. So you may see butterflies a lot, okay? But look out for ones that almost look, I mean, maybe it's that their wings are green. I'm not sure. But four-leaf clovers and butterflies, they're connected in some way. You're going to see that. And with a lot of respect and a lot of love, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. It will feel like a very turbulent time. Your emotions will come and go. Honor each moment, of course. And remember, you are a human being. You don't have to be a human doing at this time. You can just sit there with self and reflect. Okay, so much love out there. I wish I could just scoot you all up and give you a major hug. With respect, I'm going to move away from that energy now and address the rest of the energy. But for all of you beautiful Librans, you also have the Wheel of Fortune. wheel there. So this is like you being the captain, as it were, of your ship. You are the master or the mistress of your destiny, and I feel like you're taking charge and taking control, and there are going to be some twists and turns in life, but you've got this, and you are headed straight towards better luck, okay? So before I leave your reading, I'm going to tell you about the competition. All you have to do is find a moment of quietness, but that is your intention this month, so hopefully you're going to be able to find that. And then play a song called You Are the Voice. I think it's called You're the Voice, actually, by John Farnham. And then write in the comments box below, I stand strong with an attitude of gratitude. Music, it actually raises our vibrations. And of course, we are currently in a critical point in the world. So playing a song that raises vibrations is important at this time. And of course, if you don't like the song that has been suggested by my guides, then please choose one that resonates more with you. You know, the results are the same. I'm just giving you the song that my guides gave me. And it's really interesting because my guides gave me this song, right? And I've done a couple of readings so far that I will put out today. I basically keep hearing this song now everywhere. So I love it when that happens. My guys are like, remember the song, it's really important. Remember the song. But of course, it's not going to resonate with everyone. It's not even my style of music, really. But I've been asked to give this song. So please choose a song of your choosing if it really is like, oh, I can't listen to this. But the effect shall be the same. And then my guides will point me in the direction of one subscriber to offer that free personal reading to. And I'll announce the competition winner at the end of the month. So I hope something resonates here for you, my beautiful Librans. Thank you so much, and love and light.